Hey, everybody. Good morning. Today it's me and Lisa.
Good morning.
Possibly Dr. Nelson. I don't know about Dr. Kiltz. I think he's traveling. So it's us. Yay. We'll see. We'll see who else shows up. So, Lisa, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your carnivore situation right before we're mentioning women issues? Why don't we just get into that a little bit?
Okay, well, I can back all the way up. I was diagnosed with PCOS. I want to say in my early 20s, and of course, I'm 56, so this is quite a while ago. And my doctor at that time had recommended Sugar Busters, Atkins. So I've always followed or tried to follow sort of a low carb diet lifestyle, and one thing led to another. I got married rather late in life. I was 45. My husband and I moved back to central New York, and before I even moved back there, my friends were like, "Oh, you got to get an appointment with Kiltsy. You got to get an appointment with Kiltsy. Do that before you even move."
Okay.
Friends of mine who are also older and were on a path to have babies. So I ended up doing that. We moved back to New York in 2015. I had my first appointments with Dr. Kiltz, and just from day one, his calmness and personality was just won me right over. And at that point, he was recommending, I don't think he had quite come out with baby diet yet, but he was recommending a carnivore, basically a carnivore diet for his patients. And, again, I had seen all of my friends have great success with their babies. So I had, really tried to adopt that lifestyle, and it helped. I think it immediately regulated my periods when I stuck to it. Now, of course, I'm an emotional eater, I'm a stress eater, and a binge eater. So I go up and down. Like right now, I'm still trying to lose weight that I've gained with my pregnancy. So I'm recording that, putting that on my website. I'm taking Dr. Kiltz's carnivore diet coaching in order to try and get at this battle of binge eating really once and for all. And I'm trying to show that as a 50-plus-year-old woman who now is in menopause, I've done carnivore at all stages. Early, young, while I was trying to get pregnant, during pregnancy. And I really feel like that helped my pregnancy quite a bit. And I've also helped my husband. He's lost about 75 pounds, completely cleared up his eczema.
Awesome.
And he looks about at least 15 years younger. I know that friends of mine say. So, with some of that background, I've really gotten into when I saw Dr. Kiltz's coaching program announced, I jumped on it, and I'm really excited about sharing that kind of lifestyle with other people.
I love that. There's Dr. Nelson. Dr. Nelson, maybe. You have like a lot of echo. I don't know if you can hear us. I wanted to find out how long after you started, I took them off on accident. How long after you started carnivore did you get pregnant? I guess that's my question. Doing carnivore for pregnancy, you talked to Dr. Kiltz. How long after that were you pregnant?
Well, my husband and I was 46 at the time, and almost immediately, I would say within the first 90 days, well, might have even been less than that. Within about the first 90 days of carnivore diet, my periods had completely regulated. And this is after, 20 some years of wildly irregular periods. I did notice my periods immediately became regular. And I don't know if it helped with the fertility. Of course, we were taking fertility drugs. And that was my husband's greatest joy in life, was winding up and jabbing me in the rear end with the needles every night. But we ended up getting pregnant really the very first try with Dr. Kiltz, with IVF. Our series of IVF, we only did one, and we
Oh, wow.
originally had twins. We did lose one during the pregnancy, but otherwise it was a one and done.
That's
Pretty easy.
amazing.
It was pretty easy experience too. And I did see some of my friends struggle. So I don't know what it was, if it was carnivore diet that helped me have a little bit of an easier time. I don't know if it helped with the implantation, but I do feel like I had an easier experience than several of my friends who were about 10 years younger, and they had gone through several cycles of IVF.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And were they doing carnivore? I mean, that's a good comparison. How were they eating compared to how you were eating, if you know?
I'd say we were all kind of trying to do carnivore, but
Okay.
Again, you're talking about 3 to 4 lawyers, all of who are stress eaters. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I totally get the binge eating thing, by the way. Like, I am by far not perfect at this carnivore journey. I'm pretty good. But like, you get some popcorn in front of me, I'll like make excuses in my mind, and all of a sudden
Right.
I've eaten like 2 buckets of popcorn.
Right.
So like my mouth is raw. And by the way, everybody, this is not like a thing that happens every day. It's just, because everyone's gonna be like, I'm not watching her anymore. She's not a good advocate. But
it's a real thing that we struggle with. And my husband, of course, he was able to dropped all that weight really within a 3-month period, and he's kept it off, and he's doing great. His skin cleared right up. So I felt like I'm very good at the do as I do, not necessarily do everything I say, but now I'm really trying to put my money where my mouth is and commit to sticking with it. And I'm hoping that as part of the coaching process, as I'm working with others, then that will help me, manage those triggers and manage that within myself. But again, as you said, nobody's perfect. And that's an important lesson, because it's really hard to compare yourself to someone who's extremely regimented.
right.
When we struggle with it every single day.
Yeah. And we all have different situations in our lives and different things. Oh, here's Dr. Kilts. Hey.
Dr. Nelson is perfect.
He didn't eat for 15 days.
I know.
No, like 19 days or 20 days. How many days did you go?
19
well, that's
days
what I'm hoping to get.
You can do anything you put your mind to. You know that, right?
That's right.
It's only a mind game. There's nothing difficult.
It's so true.
It's a mental construct. Right?
It's a mental construct. Absolutely. She's your patient, right? And you did a round of successful IVF with her, and she had a beautiful baby. That's what we were just talking about.
What else is there in life, right?
Speaking of the mindset, that was something that has really resonated with me. Was as soon as Dr. Kiltz did the implant, he said to me, "Do you feel pregnant?" and whispered in my ear, "Because you are." And I walked out of there feeling pregnant, was pregnant, and again, granted, we did lose one of the twin babies, but it happens, and I was older, and it was something that we were prepared for, and we have a beautiful daughter. She'll be 9 this year.
Wow, that's so awesome.
What a beautiful thing. I clicked on Instagram, clicked on Mighty Tribe, by the way, and it is 3:09 now. So
where are you, Dr. Kiltz?
I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
I'm here for my
okay. Your flying stuff.
My flying
stuff.
Wow. They're putting me in a simulator, and they're going to try to kill me. My job is so this is what I'm here for. Every year I have to come and do this in order to keep my training, my recurrence training up. And it's like everything else in life. We keep training, we keep training, we keep
Mhm.
training. And there's always a little bit of like anxiety, and I gotta very loosely use it as if it matters, right? It doesn't, right? It's just another experience to enjoy in a sense, right? That's what it is. It's all a matter of finding some joy in it all, even in the hard
Yes.
stuff, right?
Even in the hard stuff.
Wait, I'll be right back. Keep going.
I want to talk about this for a second. And Catherine, you're not going to really like my answer. I'm so sorry. Catherine, Subri, it actually helps to know that others binge eat at times. I felt like I was failing. I'm sorry about that. I don't think it's a mindset, maybe more especially for women. No, it's a decision. I decide every time if I eat something off that I'm eating it off. It is a mind game, completely 100%. And I don't know if it's just women. It's only like
humans are humans, men and women.
Yeah.
We're the same. We're not different. Okay. We're not.
Yeah, I'm just saying, especially for women, because we were talking about binge eating before. And I'd say it's 100% your choice. You could decide not to, or you could decide to do it. You could keep the triggers out of your house, or you could have them in your house, or you could go out to eat at an all you can eat buffet, or you cannot. Like it's 100% your choice. If we think it's not our choice, then we're not responsible for what we're doing. And that puts us in a position where we can't control it. Does that make sense? So I hope you don't like, that's my answer. It's your choice. And do what Dr. Kilt says, treat, don't cheat. And there you go.
Never cheat.
Treat from time to time.
Life is a treat. And we're blessed and lucky to be here. And never label something good or bad. Remember, judge not lest you be judged. It's all amazing in essence.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying that beautiful meal, like enjoy it, right? Carnivore keto while breastfeeding. What I have learned is carb is needed for milk supply. No, it's not. Plants, Yasmin. There's plants and animals. You're a carnivore. You could eat just fatty meat. The problem is most people are overcooking their meat and they're not even enough fat. That was the question here on Instagram. Do we need plants in our diet, Dr. Nelson?
Not really.
Or is that a no?
No. Absolutely not.
No. How to increase our testosterone naturally, right? Go carnivore. Fatty meat, salt water, 1 meal a day. Stop thinking about your testosterone. Stop thinking about like, I've got to increase my numbers, right? I am healthy and well.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of where it's at?
Yes.
I am, right?
I'm curious if Lisa breastfed and did carnivore while she was breastfeeding, if you did breastfeed.
Well, my daughter was a greedy eater and she did not have time for all this to get working. And so we did switch to formula. And at that point, we actually had part of my pregnancy preparation was, oh God, what if I die? I need to make sure everything for my husband is completely foolproof. So we had this great little machine. It was almost like a Keurig machine, and it would brew it would take a pod and read it and brew the formula and milk. So even my husband could handle it. But I did not breastfeed only because my daughter just had no patience for that. She didn't want to wait. She wanted her formula. She wanted it right now. And so I can't speak to that, whether I would have had any issues or not.
But ultimately, no other animal has formula other than nature's breast milk. And so we are in an environment mindset wise that I've got to do this thing because of this. But we've created these stories that are not true in our natural environment, right? We've created them. So we live with what, it's like a car. I'm not walking the market, I'm taking a car, right? But we've created a lot of unnatural things. It's okay, by the way. My daughter was raised on formula, did not touch her breast once.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm not saying, I mean, like, how many people did that? Like tons, right? And so the why part of it, it is what it is. It's all good. It's all fine. Your daughter's great. And so we do them for lots of reasons, but you know, when we have another opportunity to take a bus, car, plane, train instead of walk, we're going to do it all day long, right? It's all good.
Yep. It's all good. Dr. Kills, did you have any other questions for Lisa?
What do you mean, did I have any other questions?
Because usually you have some questions.
Other
so
questions.
Checking, but yeah, any questions? Any questions?
Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
Keep going. Let's take this question then. Oh.
Well, here's a fire-fueled lifestyle. I had an amazing pregnancy without carbs, no plants. So again, they're not required. Plants are never required in the human diet. We want them.
We want them. Chuck asks, good morning. So I'm trying to get an average quantity of fat and protein. I'm not counting, just eat fatty red meat. The problem is that the butcher keeps cutting off the fat. Thank you.
Well, that's your fault. Go to another butcher. Tell your butcher, you cut that fat off, I'm leaving.
There you go.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Dr. Nelson's muted. Did you say something?
Am I muted?
Yeah, you were. I see your lips moving, or there's a delay.
A fantastic delay.
So ultimately, remember, when we talk about carbohydrates, we really should be saying plants and animals. All cells of all organisms have sugars, fats, and amino acids, proteins, all of them. So we're just eating plants which contain more poison, and there's no poisons in meat.
Right.
They just aren't. But most people are overcooking their meat and underfatting.
Exactly. Okay, here's a great question.
Are you still in Montello, Dr. Nelson?
Can you hear me?
There's a delay. Or at least on my end. Are you in Montello, Dr. Nelson?
Very crappy
Great
internet.
meetup. Great
Oh, that's
meeting.
awesome. It looks great. I saw photos. It looked awesome.
It was amazing. Lisa?
I'll ask this question. How would a carnivore diet look for a 2-year-old and young children? Should they be more keto-based diet or go strict carnivore? Thank you, guys. What do you think, Lisa?
We have our daughter on primarily keto diet. She is actually has a condition where she can't have too much protein. She's got she's got a condition called PKU, one of the things they test for at birth. But we do have her on as high a protein as she can tolerate every day and fat. So I'm really not opposed. She seems to have really responded to it well. I feel like it's helped out with her mood, her just energy levels. So a lot of egg whites, and I'm certainly not opposed to even carnivore right from the get-go. I don't know how Dr. Kiltz feels about that, but if she can tolerate 100% protein, I would give her 100%.
Well, no, you should not give 100% protein.
Okay.
That is a deadly diet.
Okay.
The diet we should be eating is a high-fat diet, yes. Okay? Keto, paleo, carnivore, they're high-fat diets. a high protein diet is deadly. It's always deadly. And that's the problem. We're all focused on protein.
Protein.
You know, we went from high carb plants to high
Mhm.
protein, which is as deadly. It's a high fat diet. Fat is where it's at. Fat is required in the human diet. It's our number one thing we're not eating. Most carnivores do not eat a fatty diet. They eat lean meat, which is technically low fat, which is the problem. And it's equally as bad as being a type 2 diabetic. And so raw fatty meat is what you want to eat if you want to be the healthiest animal alive. And so we pushed they're snake oiling us again. They're saying eat a lot of protein. Well, protein is converted to fat in the liver
Mhm.
via insulin and the liver. And so the science is really simple. This is why your daughter's having that problem. It's actually a very common problem. But remember, plants are never required in the human diet, but raw fat truly is. But chicken, fish, turkey are missing what?
Fat.
Fat. I was offered a skirt steak last night, a flat iron. I'm sorry. And there was no fat on it. I sent it back. I said, I'm not eating that. And I said, this is the problem. They talk about how lean and beautiful and the same thing with filet. How many people eat filet over ribeye? Most. What do most women order?
Filet.
Filet. All right. So filet, chicken, fish, turkey, it's all missing. And then when you cook your meat, what happens to the fat? It's rendered.
Mm-hmm.
Gone. So modern science, PK, was it PK?
PKU.
PKU.
PK disease, right? Is a low fat, high protein diet
Got it.
disease. And that's what everyone eats. Egg whites.
Mm-hmm.
No animal eats egg whites. Right? I think that's it. You know, again, it's kind of concepts that are hard for most of us to believe. But what other animal cooks their food? None.
None.
Don't do it. But we're basically masterfully manipulated in all of this. Fatty raw meat is what you want to eat.
Okay.
But that's a hard one, right, Dr. Nelson?
Shirley, can you hear me now?
Mhm.
Yes, that's better.
Okay.
I think you may have answered this one already. Your daughter's 9, right?
She'll be 9 in December. Yeah, her birthday's just after Christmas. She was an early Christmas present and tax deduction for me.
An investment in life.
Yep, exactly.
All an investment. Iodine to increase T4. It was low on new test T3 and TSH normal on armored thyroid 30 years, carnivore 1 year. Let's see here. Let me throw this up here. What are your thoughts on this, Dr. Nelson? I don't know if we have a real answer. 70 Boyd asked about iodine therapy. I don't know that answer very well.
Well, iodine supplementation is needed if you're really deficient. And the best way to know if you're deficient is test it. Hour urine collection is the best test for the iodine.
But the goitrogens probably damage the thyroid gland or the hypothalamus pituitary. And it's not just iodine, it's other damage to the cells in the organ that is our biggest problem. And that's why I think carnivore certainly will help. but how are you feeling? I mean, are these levels really that accurate to know what they mean anyway? They're always changing. How do you feel? I think that's one of the biggest things. But I agree with Dr. Nelson. You can measure it. A stick of butter and a pound of beef would be ideal, 80-20, for an example of what I believe should be eaten by women. Are men and women physiologically different, Dr. Nelson?
They're not different.
Same.
They
Same.
are different, but they're not different.
Right. But ultimately, biologically and physiologically, we don't have different requirements. We have the same. And I agree, fatty meat, a stick of butter a day is really good, but you want to get raw butter to be the very, very best. 18-20 ounces of meat. I add lots of tallow to my cooked meats and about a third stick of butter. I had a bunch of butter. Coffee and evening, I get about 75, 80, 20, 25. A lot of numbers. Lots of fatty raw meat and butter, eggs, right?
I'm trying to see if we have any other questions
Well,
here.
we have lots of comments too. Our GI systems are the same, reproduction, not so much. Well, right, but it's still a hypothalamic pituitary gonadal connection. And so they have different functions, but the same basic. We're all poisoned by a plant protein low-fat diet. That's our biggest problem, right? All right.
Yes.
Carnivore 60 just woke up. Nice. Aaron Miles is here.
Wow,
right.
in Hawaii. That's really early or late. Sharon's got a
Nice.
question. I get
Go
confused
ahead.
on the jobs of the gallbladder, liver, and pancreas. Please explain.
They're
Maybe Dr.
digestive.
Nelson.
They're if you think about it, our biggest problem is we're eating too much too frequently. I think the fasting is one of the best things we can do. And so you got to rest your gallbladder and your pancreas. But the liver is mostly a digestive organ. It takes what you ate and makes fat and then makes VLDL to circulate to your body. And we're damaging the body from a high plant protein, low-fat diet. The microbes love you. They flourish in the gut, and then they attack the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. It's really as simple as that. And it is confusing. Insulin is a digestive hormone. What's your insulin level when you've been not eating for 20 days, Dr. Nelson?
It's most likely very low.
Mine was less than 0.1. I'm sorry, 0.2. It was like crazy. My glucose was 45 to 60 for 15 days. And what's your thoughts? You think everyone could fast, should fast?
Not everybody needs to fast. Certainly not this long. I've been 19 days, still feeling good. But I think it probably should be part of a regular schedule you should keep. Maybe restrict the times that you eat. Once or twice a day, don't eat between meals, and once a week, maybe you can skip a day of eating on a regular basis.
The one most important benefit of no food is you empty the gut. True fasting is an empty gut. I think it takes 3 to 5 days to empty your gut for most human beings. And when you empty your gut, you rest the pancreas, the liver, and the gallbladder, which basically nobody's resting. And I think not eating for 3 to 5 days, everyone should do. Everyone can do it. And at some point, your weight loss has really been almost nothing. I mean, I went a few days, I lost no weight. What? Because you drink fluids, water, adds weight to the vessel. We're just measuring the whole vessel, but I think the fasting is one of the most valuable things all of us can do and should do. 2 to 3 meals a day, your gut is never empty. You never give it rest at all.
Hulk 24. What would happen if the whole world went carnivore?
We'd realize who we are.
Yeah.
We'd be the lions we are. Again, it could happen. What are the odds of that? Slim to none. But ultimately, it's the healthiest diet. It's the healthiest diet you can be on. Is a strict fatty meat, salt water, 1 meal a day. Throw in a few 2 to 3 day fasts a month, 5 to 20 day fasting annually. It's a great thing. I do my 1 meal at night, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, and salt. Sometimes I have some fries and some ice cream. And I enjoy them. I don't give negative thought to any of it.
This is the way to go.
You can read that, Alia.
I will. I'm carnivore 4 months and down 36.4 pounds, but not feeling more energy as many others do. What am I doing wrong? I eat lots of butter, cooking animal fats, and adding salt. Should I add iodine?
Take some naps. You'll feel better, more energy. Go for a walk. You'll feel better, more energy. What are you listening to? What are you reading? What are you writing? What are you thinking? I have amazing energy. Do I sometimes crash and take a nap? And yeah, I put a sign on my door. Kiltz is taking a nap. Napping is one of the most important things most people don't do. And are you drinking caffeinated or energy drinks? Deadly. Not good.
Yeah. And I'm curious because she talks about cooked and animal fats. So I'm curious if she's eating less cooked, enough fat, and closer to raw would probably help also.
Rare to raw, fatty meat, salt water, 1 meal a day.
And congratulations. Congratulations. That's
it's like 40
really
pounds.
Good weight loss.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right, but what animal wants to lose weight? None.
Alia.
None. None. But remember, when you use the words, I want to lose weight, you will live with wanting the rest of your life. I am healthy and well.
Right.
I love my body. My weight is perfect. Done. But we are living a life of wanting. Remember the secret. What you want, you will live with wanting. God gives you your want. Remember, when you are grateful for what you wish for as if it is, and you never seek, you will have. That's part of the mindset of this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about seeing the beauty of all of it rather than that you're somehow missing something. We're not missing anything. We've got it all.
Here we go.
I have a question for Lisa. What do the small, close circle of friends around you say about your diet?
Just about, half and half. About 50% are on board and agree, and the other 50% are skeptical and still believe in either food pyramid, USDA food pyramid, or again, whatever the latest your latest other diet fad is, whether it be, like as Dr. Kiltz was pointing out, high protein, very low fat, or increasing sugar, different things like that. But about 50% are on board. But again, keep in mind, a lot of my friends are also former Kiltzy patients who've gone through baby diet and who have kind of been on this journey for quite a while. I have a few vegan friends. But I'm just trying. I keep trying to tell them, I'm like, oh, could you just give me 30 days where you let me control your menu? But so far, no luck with that.
No takers.
Yeah. But my husband, I can't remember if you were on the phone yet, Dr. Nelson, when I was talking with Alia. I put my husband on carnivore diet about 2 years ago, and within 90 days, he shed almost 70 pounds, 75 pounds, and at least 15 years. He looks like a completely different person. We just saw some friends of ours that we hadn't seen in about a year, and they explained to me afterwards that they didn't even recognize my husband. His eczema completely cleared up, and we're talking about someone for whom I would have to order special cream from Amazon because his skin was always so dry that it would just crack and he would bleed, and he was constantly flaking. But the eczema is 100% gone, and now his skin is very youthful looking. And for him, it was very hard. He was a hardcore, I must eat low fat, and all he would eat would be very low fat chicken breast and ground chicken, ground turkey, 0% fat. He would get the 90% beef. So he was hard to come around to the fact that no, let me give you this butter, let me cook this for you, have this. We cook with a lot of duck fat, and of course, since we started raising our own meat, our own meat sources, he's really come around. And I would just sneak it at first. I would cook his eggs in butter, and he wouldn't even know. Then he would tell me, "Oh, these are so delicious," and all the while it was the butter and the salt that he had been missing out on all this time. So my friends really run the gamut, and I think it's everyone's choice. But the proof is in the pudding. I could really see just showing the difference with my husband. It's been huge.
Meat pudding.
Keep being the example.
Yeah. Catherine asks, do you take electrolyte supplements? Lisa, do you take electrolyte supplements?
I do. And one thing that I've struggled with caffeine addiction my whole life. And I was one of those people who thought that if I didn't immediately have a cup of coffee I didn't think it, I would get a raging headache. So once a year, I would try and quit the caffeine. And I would tell people, I'm like, please don't talk to me for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to have a headache. I'm going to be really grouchy. And then I don't know what I was listening to or what it was, but I got on to drinking the Element electrolytes and taking more electrolytes. And I got myself into a position where I was out somewhere, and I don't care for black coffee, and it was hotel black coffee at that. And I just didn't want to have it. And I was so afraid I was going to get headaches, but I ended up replacing the coffee with Element water. Or I really like the Element packets because it's easy and they're tasty. And I have to say, for the first time ever, 0 headache. And I haven't had a drop of caffeine. Maybe I'll have a sip of some of my husband's soda or something, but I haven't had a drop of caffeine in months. And that has really helped me. Also with I do have a tendency towards leg cramps at night. I get a lot of Charlie horses and cramps in my ankles and wrists and things. And I'll get up and just take a couple drops of some electrolyte, and it helps immediately. So I think the higher salt intake has been critical for me.
We're coming out with the package soon, by the way.
Nice.
Awesome.
So excited about that. But I think that, you find something that helps you on the journey, and the electrolyte mixes do that. Just salt. I do Malden salt. I love it. A lot of salt. And I think that, the coffee, I did have some coffee on my fast, by the way, but I've been off of it for 2.5 years. And so it's always just black if I have it. And it's mostly decaf if I have it. And I don't, it's like anything else. It is, we're we're creating new habits. That's what this is about. And you pick your habits. And is coffee like the worst habit? No. But when you break the habit and you can have it from time to time and enjoy it, but not have to have it, then you have freedom. Oh, here's a good one for Dr. Nelson. Oh, I missed that one. Sorry. Salt and butter. Fast, a good idea. Dr. Nelson, what are your thoughts on a little bit of butter or bone broth during your fast?
I've had especially the first few days, I had a little bit of extra butter. I do drink a morning plant-based hot beverage. I do put some butter in it, so I've continued to do that. And the first few days, it was if I was feeling a little bit down, I may have 1 extra tablespoon of butter with salt during the fast. But 19 days, I'm feeling good. My son decided to do a little bit of fasting, so he just completed 42 hours.
Remember, fat is survival. It is energy. It is building blocks. You never burn sugar, ever. You utilize the fat on your body as the fuel always. Since most people eat 2 to 3 meals a day, the day they're born, the day they die, they never fast. They're getting excess calories very, very loosely. That is our biggest problem in life. And that's why we're built to get fat and then fast. Get fat and then fast. That's nature's way. But the butter also suppresses the microbes in the gut, which are not good for us.
That's right. I'm looking for sorry.
The butter and back to carnivore with the big juicy steak. Awesome. Steak is where it's at. Black and blue. Rare to raw. Butter. Power to the fast. Right? I think all of us could and should do more fasting. One of the best things you can do. It's called food freedom. I don't have to. It's like coffee. I don't have to. You shouldn't have to do anything. You control it, all of it. So important. Are you starring anything there? We got some starred.
I am looking for, no, we don't have anything starred. Bacon Baby had a question. I'm just trying to find it. I'm not sure where it is. I don't know where the question is in the chat, so I'm searching.
We're getting more. We're getting more of the electrolytes. We're coming out with all new branding. Excited. Our organ meat supplements, liver supplements. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have them by Hack Your Health. We'll be out there.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'm so sorry. I cannot find this question. This is amazing. Lost 250 pounds. I'm now 62 and feel 25. That's amazing. 215 pounds.
Awesome. San Diego. Here we go. Carnivore crowd. 6 months, no coffee. And then recently, it's okay. It's all right. Just, I'm a non-coffee drinker. I say, claim it. You claim what you want to be. Don't ever say, I want to get off coffee. I'm a non-coffee drinker. Just, I'm a non-coffee drinker.
I'm a non-coffee drinker. Yeah, makes sense.
Remember, the mind is the master of everything. That's our hard. That's all of our hardest part, right?
Yeah.
Matthew Thomas, Don McHugh. Hello, Aaron Fallon. Let's see, Ron Kurtz. Kurtz, you should watch what you say. Ask for, you might get it. My faith gives me what I need. Naps are supreme. Ron, awesome.
Here we go. I got
Diane
something.
Jackson, about 25 years ago, we were told we were grazers. I was, yes, excuse to eat more. Then I started thinking then that our gut organs need to rest, constantly working when grazing. We're not grazing animals, any of us, unless you've been enslaved, imprisoned, a peasant. We're just a soldier, told what to do, conscripted to the masses, right? That's it.
Okay, here's the next question. And I found Bacon Baby's question. Dr. Kiltz, you said too much protein is not good. Is daily consumption of an average of 1.5 kilos, so that's like over 3 pounds, I believe, of red meat, including 20% fat plus lots of butter, too much protein? Thanks.
Listen, nobody knows those numbers. They're all made
Right.
up. They're just made up. You need this. Well, you need air, oxygen, water, and you need food. Fatty meat. I don't measure. Fatty. I add butter to make it rare to raw, the very best. And so, the beauty is, if you eat once a day, if you want to lose weight, well, don't eat and do more walking and weights. If you want to gain weight, slow down, eat more fatty meat. Again, nobody has a protein deficiency. That's not our problem. We're basically inflamed. We're feeding the microbes, and protein is fermentable. What that means is the microbes love protein because they are basically break down to sugar-like substances. They make heat, alcohol, aldehydes, methane gas. Not good for us, basically. So I just eat fatty meat, rare to raw, add some butter, and do some eggs sometimes and salt. And that's the healthiest thing you could eat. And I typically don't eat but one meal a day. And every month I do 2 to 3 days of fasting. Every quarter, 5 to 7. I just finished a 15-day fast. No food, no butter, no cream, no eggs. I did a little mineral electrolyte mix and a little bit of coffee. That was it. No additives. And you and I and all of us can do anything. Dr. Nelson did a 10-day fast last month and or more, and it just is on a 19 days. We are built to go long time without food.
Right.
Fat is it, right?
That's right.
And just decrease the fatty meat. But it's the fat, the white stuff. The lean meat is harmful for us, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Bacon Baby
We
would
don't
like
have
to
an
know.
age limit. I have no age limit for IVF
Mm-mm.
or fertility treatments. I have women
Love
in
that.
their 60s having babies all day long.
I was 46.
So awesome.
All day long, 46, right? I mean, look at the mind is the master. And whatever you think, so shall it be. I want something is you're always wanting. God will give you wanting all day long. I am grateful for the thing I wish for as if it is. That's what you want. Dr. Nelson, has it been easy to fast for 19 days?
Yes and no. I actually,
Well, essentially,
I get up. I'm not hungry anymore. So the most difficult thing is thinking, well, I could have a steak today, but I'm not going to.
Now, so the more fat we have on their bodies, the longer we can fast, because you never will use your muscle. Your muscle is just another organ system. Bears hibernate for 6 months. They make new babies and they lose no muscle mass. You do not lose muscle mass. You use fat mass. If you have plenty of extra fat, you could survive a long time without food. It's easy. That's what you're saying. When you say it's easy, it becomes easy.
Yeah.
Same thing I did with my 15-day fast. I always said, I'm doing 15 days. This is easy. I always said, this is easy.
Awesome.
And when you claim it, it shall be. The claim of the idea is like the foundation of God's work. And the gods are within all of us. Blasphemy.
Here we go. Can we talk about actually for a second your fasting, Dr. Nelson?
Yes. What do you want to know?
What's the question, Alia?
I really want to hear Dr. Nelson's fasting. Did I miss it?
19 days today. I haven't set a goal of 40 days, but I already checked out when the date is because at the moment I'm feeling good. I haven't had any really negative side effects. I'm keeping up with electrolyte, salt, and water. And the only problem I keep having is I keep thinking, well, I could have my picanha today or my ribeye. But
Well, Dr. Nelson, like myself, I went to dinners, didn't eat. I made dinner for other people, did not eat. Dr.
Yeah.
Nelson did the same thing. It's the power of the mind. And by the way, so Cobra Carnivore on Instagram says, 19 days, I lost 9 kilograms. Only 1 kilogram was muscle. Now, again, you lose intramuscular fat, marbling. That's not your muscle. Think of your muscle as an organ, like your liver, your heart, your kidneys. You lose fat. You do not lose muscle. A bear, 6 months, no muscle mass lost. You are no different. As long as you're moving and not just atrophying from lack of movement, you're not losing your muscle tissue. Remember, the marbling, that's the fat, because fat is the only fuel for every single mitochondria of your body. Glucose and glycogen is not sitting around to feed your mitochondria ever. You must have a healthy liver and insulin in order to carry those two things out. You convert consumed sugars and amino acids in the liver, convert them to fat, and fat from either a plant or an animal goes to the lymphatics. So I just disagree with these DEXA measuring devices. Makes no sense.
Okay. Next question. If carnivore is a return to our primal or divine design, what does it reveal about the modern human condition, spirituality, emotionally, and biologically? That's a question.
that's a question
Well,
for Dr. Kiltz.
We are spiritual beings,
That's right.
and we are emotional beings. And now, what did we eat 50,000 years ago? I don't know. But it certainly wasn't cereal or bread. Right? And remember, it takes enslaved people, soldiers, peasants, and prisoners to create a mostly plant-based eating system. Massive. But in our ancient ways, as hunters, we followed the herds. We probably ate mostly that and very few anything else, maybe as our spices, and that was about it. But I would say that life is a spiritual experience, and we are emotional beings. That's our energy. But we came out of the trees to eat the grass, eaters, not the grass. We are hunters. We hunt in packs like wolves and lions, but we're weapon makers. We're strategic hunters. That's what we are. And recognizing that, I think, again, you can eat whatever you want. But Dr. Nelson, how long have you been carnivore?
25 months, 2 years and a month.
And what did you heal? What did you do help by eliminating the plants and focusing on fatty meat?
Diabetes, hypertension, those are the bigger ones. Improved a long list of things, and little things for me, like eczema. I didn't have a big problem with eczema, but I would get some patches. They're gone. Nail fungus, plantar fasciitis, gastroesophageal reflux, chronic pain, back problems. I was having trouble walking and standing for prolonged periods of time on my way to a wheelchair. I don't, I get sore if I walk a lot, or do any exercise. I think that's part of the healing. But I don't have chronic pain anymore, which I used to have. Chronic non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents taker for 30, 40 years. I don't need that anymore.
This is a good comment by Bill. Carnivore is a personal journey for you and your way. All life is a personal journey. It's only a personal journey. All life. There's nobody but you controlling your life. And I think that's an important part. Carnivore, I find, as a spiritual journey as it can be, top of the line. And I think, again, I'm led by a lion, not by a sheep. And it's within all of us. I love it, Bill. It is all a spiritual journey.
What are we giving away today?
Lisa. Killed Mighty Tribe t-shirt. There you go. Because you remember that everyone here is a member of the tribe. This is for Lisa.
That's my husband.
Oh.
What was the question?
He did eat a pregnant lady's last cookie.
So there's no hope for him?
No.
That's cute.
If you have a cookie, cake, or ice cream, is that the end of the line, or is it just you enjoy something from time to time?
Enjoy something from time to time.
Enjoy
Unless you're
something
Lisa
from time to
Wiedemann.
time.
Unless you're Dr. Lisa Wiedemann and you suck it up, Buttercup.
And unless you make it a habit of every day enjoying it from time to time.
But again, be you. But you're right. Again, when that's where fasting gives you food freedom. It's power, amazing power, amazing power. And on my 15-day fast, I went for my hour walk with weights, and continued to do all my normal activities. I went to work. I did surgeries. I flew my plane. I felt amazing. There was no, I'm dizzy. Mindset.
None of that. I'm dizzy. You weren't dizzy at all.
Mindset. People are
What about
dizzy
Dr.
because
Nelson?
they're withdrawing from carbohydrates, plants.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. Let's see. Dr. Nelson, what about you?
What about me?
How about, did you dial down exercise? And
No,
physical
I
activity?
mean, I have been doing the same as before. It's not the same as Dr. Kills. But no, I haven't changed it.
Keep going.
There we go.
So-
I like this question. I like this one.
So I know we're all humans, but is there a difference in how eating carnivore affects different races? Aboriginals have more type 2 diabetes. Well, again, it's because all of these people are now eating a plant protein, low-fat diet, mostly plants. And that's why the incidence of all these diseases is going up, especially in our ancient brothers and sisters who have not eaten a diet like modern until recently. So they're affected more for sure. But simple, carnivore. It's a nutrition for every human being around the globe. We're not different. We're the same, right?
Exactly. This says, took me 6 months to be able to begin walking. At 14, this entrapped nerve kept me from walking and had to lay on my left side 95% day and night. At 18 months, cured my skin cancer I had for 30 years. Wow.
Carnivore.
That's amazing.
Carnivore.
Congratulations.
Exactly. Thank you, Dr. Kiltz. Thank you, Dr. Nelson. Thank you, Alia. Thank you, Lisa. You're so welcome. Dr. Kiltz, we're at an hour. Should we do the giveaway?
All right, everyone. Thank you. God bless you, Lisa, for being here. Keep doing. Let's get the KMT. Hit it, Alia.
Here we go.
Let's do it. Eat more fatty raw meat, Dawn. More fatty meat. And if you want to do it, just keep the eating window is what I do. Do too, but more fatty meat. All right, North Dakota Carnivore. Awesome. Gets a shirt, right? All right, my brothers and sisters.
Email me. Email me, alia@drkiltz.com.
Awesome. You should be able to find everyone in Kiltz Mighty Tribe also, Alia, right?
Okay, goodbye.
Everyone should be in Kiltz Mighty Tribe, right, Alia?
Yep. I mean, if they have the same, yes, if they have the same name, if they're using the same name.
Everyone,
I want to say,
has their own handle,
come
right?
join me tonight.
Everyone has their own handle, right?
Yeah, exactly. It just could not, it could be different. Yeah,
Right.
everyone has their own handle. Yeah. Join me tonight, 5:30, Kiltz Mighty Tribe Zoom call. See you then. Bye.
I won't.
Bye.
I maybe be there. I don't know yet. Bye, Lisa. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Dr. Nelson.